Wow, look at that. I'm recording at a normal time. Isn't that great? Alright, enough of me. In D tier. Yeah, big shocker here. The Mace. We all know. We hate it. At least I hate it. It's slow, it's awkward, it's terrible for armor. It's got 3 stamina, but I mean, all that hassle for just mediocre damage? You make some alright temp health, I guess. Oh wait, no you don't, because you don't have the stagger THP talent on Pyromancer. So this one, completely useless. Sorry, Mace fans. Bumping up to C tier, the sword. Now this one actually, for unarmored enemies, is not super bad. It's got linesman on the first and second light attacks and the push hit. So, you know, it can do some alright damage. The only problem for the quote unquote fire mage, it does no fire damage. So, I mean, extremely one dimensional weapon, very mediocre damage for armor. You kind of have to rely on crits and headshots for armor. It does have 4 stamina, so if you're going for that little defensive thing on Pyromancer, which I don't know why you would be, but you can do that with this. The charge motions, they're actually okay. They're kind of just side swipes across the screen. The light attacks are down and diagonal. Pretty normal fucking motions. Nothing crazy here. It's just a yeah. It's like a wet fart, you know? Like it's not like it doesn't stink. It's not terribly unpleasant, but it's like I'd rather would have not farted. Also in C tier, Pyromancer, the Fire Sword. I know I love this one on Battle Wizard, but on Pyromancer, this one is no. No. So this one I really don't think works well with Pyromancer quite at all. Her talents are she's got Smiter, I believe, and she's got Mainstay, and then there's Enhanced Power. This one is pretty much, this is an EP weapon all the way. So if you're going to use Fire Sword, you kind of have to use Enhanced Power. Otherwise, what's the point? You're going for that burn damage. But even with Enhanced Power, it's only 10% more burn damage, and there's no talent to kind of boost burn damage like a Battle Wizard, so it's really not that good. The only real saving grace of this weapon is that you can make a bunch of temp health, because you do, with the charge attack, you do hit lots of enemies. So with Sparksmith, you will be able to generate some temp health, have a little bit of survivability there. Other than that, it's got 3 stamina. It's pretty average. It's just slightly. I don't even know that it's as good as the sword. I think they're both pretty mediocre. I might even use the sword over the fire sword as Pyromancer. Yeah. In B tier, we have absolutely nothing. What? No weapon in B tier? Yeah, I hate to say it, but Pyromancer doesn't really have a B tier weapon. B's kind of like middle of the road, maybe like good-ish, average to good range. She doesn't really have one. Not that I think. She's got some below average weapons, but the rest of these are all pretty damn good. And I'm going to start with the Flaming Flail in A tier. So, like all flails do, it ignores shields, which is awesome already. It does some burn damage on the charge attack, which is good for elites and big guys, single targets, things of that nature. It's got some serious stagger force behind it because it is, of course, a flail. And like all flails, they work really well with Mainstay, which Pyromancer does have. The only downside of this one I can really see is that it only has a 15% dodge bonus, which is actually the lowest of all her weapons. That is to say that you only get the 15% for dodge speed and distance. So she has the lowest dodge speed and the lowest dodge distance of any weapon on this tier list. But other than that, it does good damage. You can deal with the shields, of course. You can deal with really any type of enemy. Hordes, unarmored, black rats, chaos warriors even, It's a pretty versatile weapon, and it's fun. You can swing and bash people's heads in. It's great. 2 weapons in S tier for you. One of them's a DLC one, and here you go. The Crowbill. 3 stamina on this one. This is a weapon that I think works phenomenal with Mainstay because it's just got that 3-hit sequence down to a science, man. It's freaking OP. And with Pyromancer, you're going to be building up that overcharge. You're going to be gaining crazy amounts of crit chance if you play the way I do on her anyway. You're going to get all this crit chance, and for a weapon that already does really good, monstrous amounts of damage, you will be critting like non-stop. And yes, it is a low cleave, kind of a single target weapon, but you want to know something fun? This weapon's got a 25% dodge bonus. So 25% dodge speed, 25% dodge distance. That is the highest of any weapon on this list. So yes, you may only be able to hit single targets and things of that nature, but you know what? You're still doing burn damage. You're able to dodge quite far, which will help with the low cleave of this weapon. And it's pretty fast, honestly. And with Pyromancer's attack speed buff talent, it's even faster. This is a great weapon for her. It's just, love it. Also in S tier, the Dagger. I know, this is a fan favorite, I think. Anyway, it's often used. 3 stamina, very good attack speed on this. Works even well with Pyromancer's attack speed buff. Easy headshots on the charge attack motions, let you just deal with, I think Chaos Warrior takes like 2 charge attacks and he's dead. Like with I think Enhanced Power works pretty good with it, and I think Smiter and Mainstay would be the same because it's just like charge attacks 2 hits, so yeah, whatever. But she can do some serious damage with this thing. It's good for elites, and then the light attacks are really great for hordes, so this weapon can kind of do it all. The only thing I could even think to like, that's my phone, goddammit, to talk shit about on this weapon is the low reach, because it is a dagger. It's kind of short. You don't reach very far into hordes, but I think the attack speed and the kind of nice crowd controlling ability of that initial charge attack will kind of make up for it a little bit. But this is probably her best weapon. It's my personal favorite. The Dagger is excellent. So there you go, there's my list. In S tier, the Dagger and the Crowbill. In A tier, the Flaming Flail. In B tier, absolutely goddamn nothing. Fucking B tier. In C tier, the Fire Sword and the regular sword. In D tier, the round, fat, single mace. If you guys like this list, leave a like. Fucking don't, whatever. Leave a comment, I guess. Say something. Hi, make yourself known. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me what I fucked up. You always do anyway. Love you guys.